Athletics World Daily stops in the largest city in Germany, Berlin, for the running of the 39th edition of the BMW Berlin Marathon. Berlin is often touted as the world record course, along with Rotterdam, London, and Chicago, but Berlin has grabbed the modern standard as it can boast 7 world best times in the last 15 years, the most recent being Patrick Macau's 2:03:38 set last year. Astonishing, but it still wasn't enough to make the Kenyan Olympic team. And of course, who can forget Haile Gebrselassie last world record set in 2008 at the age of 35, when he won the 35th edition of the race with a world record time of 2:03:59, breaking the 2:04 barrier for the first time and his own world record by 27 seconds. And then there is the great Paul Tergat, double Olympic 10,000 meter silver medalist, world record holder, and 6-time world cross-country champion, moving up to the 42-kilometer distance and smashing the world record of 2:04:55 in 2003, becoming the first Kenyan to hold the world record in that distance. On the women's side, Berlin has been a bit less compelling as far as the world records tally. It has been 11 years since 2000 Olympic champion Naoko Takahashi ushered in the modern era of women's marathon by becoming the first female in history to run faster than 2 hours 20 minutes. That exciting time trial ignited a world record surge on the women's scene and blowing up into what I consider the last golden age of women's marathoning, 2000 to 2003. The athlete turned comic book hero retired in 2008. But that was then. Now for the 39th version of the Road Odyssey, which starts and ends at the Brandenburg Gate. The talk of the walk is again world record, a class pack featuring the unofficial world's fastest man, Jeffrey Mutai, who ran the controversial 2:03:02 in Boston last year, and Jonathan Mayo, whose 2:04:56 in Dubai last year stunned the running world. 6 other runners under 2:09 along with 11 pacemakers were on hand to help kick the old world record to the ground. A 9 a.m. start under 8 degrees centigrade weather conditions and a gentle September sun that will provide a humidity challenge as the temperature will climb to around 13 degrees during the later stages of the race. The mass out of more than 40,000 runners, male and female, old style, kicks off the major marathon season of the fall road racing calendar. The 8-man pace group and familiar American referee black and white contrasting colors were off to a quick start by most standards, but Mutai, like Kyle, had plenty to prove after being left off the Kenyan Olympic team, whose fabulous 2nd and 3rd place Olympic finishes would be considered fantastic anywhere else in the world, but in Kenya it was considered a failure. Mutai, after watching this failure back home in Kenya, will have to find his solace with a world record attempt and the bounty of a $500,000 payday in the form of the championship of the Marathon Major Series after wins in the 2011 Boston Marathon and later that year in the ING New York City Marathon in course record time of 2:05:06. But despite the paper prowess of Mutai and the posse of pacemakers, the 5 kilometers split of 15 minutes flat and 29:41 and 10 kilometers, with the group almost 30 seconds off the tempo needed to secure the record, at least according to the split set by last year's effort. By the halfway split of 62:12, Mutai and company's effort seemed futile as they were still more than 30 seconds overboard of the targeted time. But that's when Mutai found his surge button and ignited the 5 kilometer split between 30 and 35 kilometers with an awesome 14:18 piece of pace pie, which choked off big threat Mayo and brought the record chase back to plausibility with about 3 kilometers to go. However, it seemed as though Mutai, with a victory in hand and visions of a huge payday about to unfold, relaxed and was content to keep company with his training partner and 2012 Berlin half marathon champion, Dennis Kometo. The 20-year-old Kometo, who has been listed in ages from 18 to his now 28, looked so comfortable prancing alongside Mutai that a Berlin victory this year seemed quite possible for the marathon rookie. Even when Mutai took a small lead after 35 kilometers, he could not drop the younger Kometo, and things remained interesting. But Kometo evaporated in the final stages either by design or distress and seemed content to follow his compatriot home a stride or 2 behind, taking second in a brilliant 2:04:16, fastest marathon debut ever, and second behind Mutai, a marathon world record of sorts. The women's race was more about the course record, as no one on the horizon seems capable of approaching Paula Radcliffe's 2:15 barrier set in the 2003 London Marathon. The Ethiopian and 2010 returning champion, Abera Kabede, and compatriot and training partner, Tirfi Teske ran in tandem with the group of 4 followers, scoring 5 km splits of 17:14 and 10 km splits of 33:44. Though she was accompanied well past halfway by Paulina Chepchirchir of Kenya and Teske, Kebede surged ahead of her followers after 30 kilometers, which she clocked in 1:40.01. She went on to a smooth finish as fluid as 2 years ago, but this year's finish line victory was stamped with a 2:20.30, more than 3.5 minutes faster than 2010, and a personal best. Teske in second also improved her best by over 20 seconds and 2:21.19.